Are they coming up here first or doing the speech? Or
Speech first. Good morning, everybody. It is my great joy and privilege to welcome you all here to Ballintubber Abbey, a place that holds deep meaning for so many, not just in our parish, but across the country and far beyond. On behalf of the Ballintubber Abbey Trust, our committees, the parish, and our local community, our staff and volunteers, I want to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. We are honoured today to be joined by ministers, members of the Oireachtas, local councillors, representatives from Mayo County Council, clergy, as well as those from tourism sector, heritage bodies, religious networks, and funding agencies. I also want to warm welcome business leaders, community organisations, and those who have supported this journey in any way. Most especially, I want to thank our own local community, people who have carried the spirit of Ballintubber Abbey in their hearts for generations, who have kept faith alive here even in the darkest times, and who have always stepped forward with generosity, vision, and resilience. This abbey, now over 808 years old, is far more than stones and structure. It is a living symbol of endurance and grace, a place of welcome, worship, pilgrimage, celebration, and peace. It is known affectionately as the Abbey that refused to die, because time and again, through fire, suppression, and famine, it was brought to the brink, and yet it endured. And today, we proudly say, they dared to hope, and we still do. The spirit of hope, rooted in faith and community, continues to guide us as we take this next bold step into the future. As parish priest and chair of the Trust, I feel incredibly privileged to play a small part in writing this new chapter. What we are celebrating today, the restoration programme, our new website, and our strategic plan, is not just about preserving the past, but about creating a future that is alive with purpose, hospitality, and spiritual renewal. It has taken years of dedication, patience, and collaboration to get here, and no effort has gone unnoticed. To everyone who gave time, talent, funding, prayers, and support, thank you. We are deeply grateful for the partnerships that made this possible and for those who continue to walk with us on this journey. I would like to extend a heartfelt and profound thanks to all the members of the Ballintubber Abbey Trust Committee and staff, both present and past, for their incredible commitment, involvement, and hard work over the years. Your dedication, now and then, has brought us to this exciting moment. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce the MC for today's event, Sue Ellen McKenna, manager of Ballintubber Abbey, who has been working with passion, energy, and vision as part of our dedicated team since her appointment in September 2022. Before I hand over, thank you all again for being here to mark this special moment in the life of Ballintubber Abbey. May it continue to be a sanctuary for all, for many generations to come. Go raibh míle mai agaibh.
Good morning and welcome to Ballintubber Abbey. My name is Suella McKenna and I am proud to be manager here at Ballintubber Abbey, a place that holds deep meaning for me personally. I was born and bred in this community and it is both a joy and a privilege to work in a place where I grew up, surrounded by such rich history, faith and local spirit. I am delighted to serve as MC for today's special event. Before I begin, I want to thank Father Michael Farraher for his warm introduction and for all that he has done and continues to do for Ballintubber Abbey. Father Farraher has been at the heart of preserving and promoting the Abbey's rich history and is one of the driving forces behind this exciting new development. His leadership, along with the vision of Father Fahy, who was a mastermind behind this new development since 2008, has brought us to where we are today. Together, their dedication has ensured that the Abbey stands as a beacon of hope for the local community and far beyond. Today we gather to officially launch our new website and booking system, introduce our new strategic document for 2025 to 28, and most significantly unveil plans for the Ballintubber Abbey Cultural and Heritage Visitor Centre. This visionary project will ensure the Ballintubber Abbey continues to serve as a beacon of history, faith and cultural heritage for generations to come. We are honoured to be joined by esteemed guests and key stakeholders who have been instrumental in making these developments possible. Throughout the morning, we will hear from several speakers who have played vital roles in shaping this vision. First, we are pleased to welcome Con Lydon, a dedicated and long-standing member of Ballintubber Abbey community. Con has been the driving force behind the building development here at the Abbey and has been deeply involved in this project since its inception in 2008. His commitment and expertise have been invaluable in shaping this initiative. Con.
Thank you, Sue Ellen. Good morning. My name is Con Lydon, a member of Ballintubber Abbey Trust Building Committee and a member of the community. On behalf of Ballintubber Abbey Trust, its committees and our wider community, I am honoured to welcome you here today. It is a special moment as we gather to launch our new website, unveil our strategic plan for 2025 to 2028, and share our ambitious restoration and development programme for Ballintubber Abbey. This is a proud day, not just for us, but for all who have walked this journey over the centuries, a journey rooted in resilience, faith, and vision. Before we look to the future, it is important to reflect on the events that have shaped the story of Ballintubber Abbey. Moments that have bridged our rich past with the hope of today. The story of the Abbey began with a simple act of kindness. A young boy and his mother, fleeing persecution from his stepmother, wife of King Turla O'Connor of Connacht, arrived in Ballintubber seeking refuge. They met a man called Sheridan, who agreed to take the boy in and raise him. That boy's name was Cahill. Cahill grew up here in Ballintubber. When he came of age, he challenged the crown and eventually became King of Connacht. Years later, he returned to visit Sheridan and asked what he could do to repay him for his kindness. Sheridan simply requested help to repair the old church. Cahill promised to do better. He would build a new one. Cahill returned to Roscommon and sent out the masons to construct the church. However, they mistakenly built it in Ballintubber, Roscommon. When Cahill came to see the new church in our Ballintubber, there was nothing there. Undeterred, he declared that he would build a church here 7 times larger than the original planned. Construction began in 1216 and was completed in 1225. He invited the canon regulars of St. Augustine from France to take over its care, and the abbey flourished, with sons of noblemen and chieftains joining the order. In 1265, the nave was burned by the Normans and had been restored again by 1270. In 1542, during the Reformation, King Henry VIII ordered that all monasteries be suppressed. The abbot of Ballintubber wrote to the king claiming he had complied, and miraculously the abbey survived. In 1603, James I confiscated the 3,500 acres of land and all the abbey funds. The canons left destitute were forced to leave. By 1635, the Augustinian friars took over. Though they owned nothing, they kept the spirit of the abbey alive. In 1653, Cromwell's forces destroyed the abbey, leaving only its outer walls and the sanctuary roof. Yet, Mass continued in secret and in the open air for the next 236 years. Between 1704 and 1829, during the penal times and leading to Catholic emancipation, the abbey remained a quiet symbol of endurance. In 1846, restoration began. The walls were repaired and the great windows were installed. But then came the famine. Out of 7,000 people in the area, 3,000 died and 500 immigrated. The suffering would have been even worse if not for George Moore, whose horse Corona won the Chester Cup in England, and he used the 10,000 guineas prize to bring in shiploads of food. In 1847, Bishop John McHale, the Archbishop of Tuam, launched an appeal for the restoration of the abbey, but the famine returned. In 1889, Father Reedy roofed the chancel and the transepts here. In 1996, the nave, the long part here, was re-roofed by Father Thomas Egan, a native of Castlebar. He also published a booklet on the Abbey called The Abbey That Refused to Die. In 1986, Father Frank Fahey began the development of the Abbey grounds, building the outdoor Stations of the Cross, creating the Rosary Way, and reviving the Passion Play. The Ballintubber Abbey Trust, an independent charity, was set up by the Archbishop of Tuam Diocese to develop and promote the Abbey. He also retraced the original Torforic Pilgrim Path to Crowpatrick, working with local farmers to re-establish it as a living route of spiritual renewal and pilgrimage. Parallel with this, the Daughter and Chapter House were restored, to serve as a retreat facility and a retail space. This work was completed in 1994. Since 2008, Father Fahy has worked tirelessly with the Trust, the community, and many partners to bring us to this pivotal moment. Let me turn now to the exciting new chapter we are launching today, our vision for the future, the Cultural and Heritage Visitor Centre project. In 2008, the idea of developing a visitor centre took shape. By 2014, the Trust engaged a conservation architect and a design team. Planning permission was granted in 2016 with 17 conditions. The main one was an archaeological investigation into any area that required work to be done. The local community provided the funding of $163,000 to bring the project to the planning stage. The South Mayo Leader Company provided $100,000 for the architectural investigation. In 2018, the archaeological investigation was completed. Despite all this progress, we had not yet broken ground. Funds were running low, but the Trust was committed. There was no going back. In 2019, the project received $350,000 from the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage, and $2.6 million from the Rural Generation and Development Fund. Unfortunately, other hopes of funding did not come through. This meant we had enough money to build the structure, but not to fit it out. Then came COVID-19, which halted all plans. By summer 2022, as the country emerged from the pandemic, the plans were revived. With the department as the primary funder, Mayo County Council took on the role of client for the project. Cost estimates were reviewed, and this required a reassessment of the project. With the guidance of Minister Alan Dillon and the department, a new application was submitted by Mayo County Council to include construction and interpretation aspects of the project. In May 2024, we received confirmation of funding for $5.8 million. This transformative support means we can now carry out the entire vision, from construction to interpretation and beyond. Since then, the Trust has worked intensively with the Council, architects, consultants, and community stakeholders to bring this vision to life. Today, we are proud to share our new website, which will serve as a digital front door to Ballintubber Abbey, offering history, information, bookings, and updates on our pilgrim walks, guided tours, weddings, and events. We are also launching our strategic plan for 2025 to 2028, setting out clear priorities and values to ensure that the Abbey remains a beacon of heritage, hospitality, and hope. And finally, we celebrate the commencement of the Restoration and Development Programme, a new cultural and heritage visitor centre that will preserve the past, enhance the present, and inspire the future. This is more than a building. It's a space of encounter, education, reflection, and welcome. Ballintubber Abbey is and will remain the Abbey that refused to die. Thank you for being here to witness this next chapter in this extraordinary journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Con, for the incredible effort and passion for this project and all you do for us here at Ballintubber. Before I continue, I would be remiss not to take a moment to speak about Father Fahy, whose vision and dedication have been the cornerstone of everything we're celebrating today. We would not be here without Father Fahy's unwavering belief in Ballintubber Abbey and the Cultural and Heritage Visitor Centre. I'll never forget when I called him in May 2024 to share the exciting news about securing 5.8 million in funding for the project. After I gave him the figure, he called me back the very next day to make sure that I hadn't got my numbers mixed up. I assured him, "Father, I don't make mistakes with money." But that's just one example of his thoroughness and his drive to make sure that everything is done right. There was also a moment shortly before the funding announcement when Father Fahy visited the site and placed a medal of St. Joseph there. He said to me, "This is going to happen." His faith and foresight have always guided this project, and it has been an honour to see his vision come to life. Over the past 2 years, he, along with the dedicated fit-out team, have worked tirelessly to build the foundation for this visitor centre we're unveiling today. I also want to take the opportunity to extend a heartfelt thank you to the committee and the amazing staff here at Ballintubber Abbey. Their tireless work and commitment to preserve and promoting this sacred space and its missions have made it all possible. Next, I would like to extend a warm welcome to Elaine Moyles from Falch Ireland. We are very grateful to Falch Ireland for funding the Digital That Deliver programme, which has allowed us to enhance our digital presence. I have the privilege of working alongside industry experts through this initiative, and today we proudly present our brand new accessible website and booking system. This digital transformation will allow visitors to stay up to date with the Abbey events, parish newsletters, and of course the exciting progress of the Cultural and Heritage Visitor Centre. For the first time, guided tours, tour walks and events can be booked online, an incredible step forward in making the Abbey more accessible to all. Elaine, we are delighted to have you with us today.
Good morning, Minister Dara Cleary, Minister Alan Dillon, members of the Oireachtas, elected officials of Mayo County Council, CE of Mayo County Council, Kevin Kelly, Father Fahy, Father Farher, and everybody here today. I'm delighted to be here on behalf of Falch Ireland and to see the official launch of the Ballintubber Abbey strategy, website and booking system. Ballintubber Abbey is one of 41 Mayo businesses that have either competed or are progressing through the Digital That Delivers programme. Digital That Delivers is a groundbreaking initiative from Falch Ireland that's driving digital transformation for visitor attractions, activity providers and day tour operators through a 2-year commitment from these businesses. Ballintubber Abbey's commitment to the Digital That Delivers programme has truly transformed their digital presence. The project has not only enhanced the accessibility and user experience of their website, but has also introduced a seamless booking system that allows visitors to plan their trips effortlessly. The new website features a modern design, improved navigation, and enhanced functionality, making it easier for visitors to explore the rich history and beauty of Ballintubber Abbey. By leveraging digital tools and strategies, Ballintubber Abbey have successfully increased their online visibility and will attract more visitors to Mayo. This is a significant achievement, as it not only promotes the Abbey, but it also contributes to the local economy by drawing attention to the surrounding areas. The implementation of the booking system is another milestone worth celebrating. It provides a convenient and efficient way for visitors to book their tours and experiences, ensuring that they have a memorable and well-organised visit. This system also opens up a much wider market, both nationally and internationally, as it allows Ballintubber Abbey to connect with online travel agents and other booking platforms that can sell their visitor experience to a much wider audience. This will increase visitor engagement and visitor satisfaction. So in conclusion, Ballintubber Abbey has demonstrated exceptional dedication and patience and perseverance at time with Sue Ellen for us in improving their whole digital experience. Their efforts have made the Abbey more accessible, more appealing to visitors, but also highlighted the importance of digital transformation in the tourism industry. And I'm confident that this investment that they have made with their time and effort to try and promote Ballintubber Abbey online will generate more revenue over time. But most importantly, I would like to say a very big thank you to Sue Ellen. It's a very big program, Digital That Delivers, and she has consistently delivered as well, and with her time and her efforts that she has put into it. So just a really big thank you, and wishing you all the best for the future, and hoping that Fáilte Ireland can continue to support in any way that we can see fit. Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine, and thank you, Fionnán from Fáilte Ireland as well, who's with us today and has been a great support. Now we are honoured to welcome Minister Alan Dillon, Minister of State and Small Business, Retail and Circular Economy. Many of you will know Alan as a proud member of Ballintubber GAA and would have followed his decorated sporting career with both club and county. His continued support, both on and off the field, has been invaluable in helping us secure funding for the Cultural and Heritage Visitor Centre. Please join us, Alan.
Thanks very much, Sue Ellen, and good morning, everyone. I was just thinking to myself how lucky I am that I ended up playing for Ballintubber, and my mother never got the opportunity to send me to Brafey, or else I might never be here. But you know, in saying that, I don't think my father, Jerry Dillon, would ever have accepted me playing for anyone else but Ballintubber. But it's an absolute pleasure to be here with you all on what is a very momentous day for the Ballintubber community, and what a magnificent setting it is to be in such a historic site. The last time I was on this altar, I was under a lot more pressure. 9 years ago I got married here, but thankfully we're still going strong, even through the football and now through the politics. I know I'm a very lucky man, but I just want to welcome my Oireachtas colleagues, Rose, Minister Cleary, Paul, who are joining us, the Coheirlock Caspar Municipal District, Councillor Donna Sheridan, and the Chief Executive of Mayo County Council, Kevin Kelly, and his colleagues, and all the representatives from our state agencies, Fáilte Ireland. I know South West Development Company are here as well, along with the Joyce Country and Western Lakes Geopark, and many other community and key business stakeholders who have joined us today. It's great to see the Abbey full on a Monday morning. I firstly just want to briefly congratulate the Ballintubber Abbey Trust for their hard work, for all their dedication and unwavering commitment to this historic project. Today's title and the event is very apt, writing Ballintubber Abbey's next chapter and bridging history and future. And I think this is all about preserving the legacy that Ballintubber Abbey presents. For me, this abbey holds a special place for me. It, aside from getting married here, but also baptising my two little boys, it was a symbol that I wore on our jersey on the sporting battlefield, and it was a symbol that we all took a great pride in. It was a symbol that represented not just the area we were from, but the people as well. And over the last century in the existence of our club, this abbey has gone from strength to strength, and that is down to the people who continue that legacy. And I remember as a 9-year-old getting my first GAA membership book from the club. The striking image was the abbey in red. And I think, we are, in one sense, writing the next chapter of this abbey for future generations to come. It is such a central point in this area, in central Mayo, but also within the parishes that surround it, from Partry to Killawalla to Carnacun and Ballyhane down the road. And indeed, when many people ask me where you're from, I suppose the easiest thing is to say I'm from Ballintubber. You know the Abbey, or else you know the O'Connors, Diarmid, or Killian. So it's really important to have that identity, and certainly for me, it epitomises everything that's good about rural Ireland, but also about where you're from. I know how proud it is for many people here who have played their part, and again, I just want to make or give a special tribute to our earlier speakers, and I know Father Michael Farrer acknowledging your leadership and tireless work, carrying that torch now from the unwavering vision that Father Frank Fahey has instilled in this project, but also his leadership. And certainly we are acknowledging his drive here today, but also celebrating the milestone. And indeed, I remember the other side of Father Fahey as well, because I think many people will go back to the Horn Cup days, and I know they used to be always held over Easter weekend, but it was a thriving time within the Ballintubber parish, and Corley's was always the focal point to the Horn Cup. But it was a great opportunity for us as young ones to go and have a good tour around the Abbey grounds, and when the light shone bright in Father Fahey's house, we knew that he could be on the prowl, and he could be, in one sense, trying to check to see who is down around the Abbey. But certainly, in our youth, those chases were memorable. But I can also say, Father, I wasn't one of the culprits. I was always one with the hand up, and I think if you go down to the Golden Mile or across to Uru, there was a few there that you'd easily spot. We've listened to Con talk about the project himself, the project and the building development behind this significant project, and I just want to acknowledge Con's input in that regard, because I've worked with Con back in my previous years in Allergan, and I don't think we have a more accomplished professional who can drive this capital project. And I just wish you the very best of luck on the build, Con. And also to Suellen, who is formidable, and I know she will move this project on from strength to strength, and her contribution has been really significant to this also. And to all the directors and the committee members on the Ballintubber Abbey Trust who give their time selflessly for the betterment of their community, I just want to acknowledge everything that you've done, and also Mayo County Council and Kevin Kelly and his team who have supported this project every way possible, and to Minister Cleary and his department officials also. It was a really significant moment last May when funding was announced through the RRDF, and I think certainly for a small parish like Ballintubber, it was a significant it was an endorsement of what Ballintubber has to offer in terms of its cultural, but also from a rural development and regeneration perspective, the potential is enormous, and we see significant investment happening in Westport Estate, and certainly Ballintubber Abbey now can become part of the greater tourism offering in this county, which will not only boost the local economy, but also provide more attractiveness for visitor growth, but also ensure that local businesses can be supported. And I think there's a really exciting period ahead in relation to the initiatives that are being undertaken through the strategic plan, but also it will showcase Ballintubber into the years ahead, and I really look forward to that transition and the developments the developments that will be presented as a result. And it's really, really an exciting period, and I really look forward to working with the community and with the Abbey Trust in achieving that vision and future vision and development plans. I see Church Island and I see the Celtic Furrow also being considered in the strategic objectives. So in the eyes of many, we certainly are the envy in regards to this project, and I really look forward to supporting this. I want to thank everyone for being here today and really look forward to the Passion Play next week, but also the continued support on this project. We have a very bright future for Ballintubber Abbey and the community ahead, and I want to wish you the very, very best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Dillon, for your ongoing commitment to Ballintubber and the wider community. Finally, we are privileged to welcome Minister Dara Cleary, Minister for Rural and Community Development. Minister Cleary's department has played a crucial role in funding this project with the investment of $5.8 million. His leadership and dedication to rural and community development will ensure that this vision becomes a reality. Minister, we are delighted to have you with us here today.
Thank you, Sue Allen. I'm absolutely honoured and thrilled to be joining you this morning alongside my colleagues, Minister Dillon, Deputy Conway Walsh, Deputy Keogh, Deputy Lawless, the Cathaoirleach of your municipal district, Councillor Sheridan, and given Con's history, it's good to see the Sheridan connection here, and Councillor Al McDonnell, members of the Ballinrobe Trust, to Father Farher, and especially to Father Fahy, to the Abbey Trust. They're all volunteers. They've taken on this role with an enormous commitment to what we are doing today. Many of them are busy people, many of them could do without doing this, but they're doing it out of a sense of commitment to community, to this Abbey and the extraordinary history of it, but obviously with a view to its future. And I thank all of them for their work in this very, very complex project. To Kevin Kelly, Pre-Valvinach, Cora Cunda Weo, Agus Fuerin, Cora Cunda Weo, Agus Minster, Fulcher Ireland Freshen, and to Swallow and her team. I think an €8.6 million project is exceptionally complex. And every project such as that needs a huge team, a huge orchestra to pull it together. And I think in Sue Allen and in the Trust you have a fantastic conductor trying to bring all the parts of it together, more importantly to keep them in tune and to keep them to the script. And I've no doubt from my engagements with you over the last number of weeks you will do that and do that in style. They dared to hope, and hope endured. You meet that as you come in to the Abbey, and you have it here on our backdrop. And it was only reflecting on Con's history of the Abbey, of 808 years of hope, of endurance, of sustaining against unbelievable odds, that I reflected that that's not just a slogan, it's actually a living ethos of this Abbey. And Con, as I reflected on all of the challenges that the Abbey faced over that 808 years, I thought to myself, this project will be easy. This project will actually come together because there are other things guiding it on, and there are other blessings guiding it on. We are at a really, really difficult, challenging phase in our world at the moment, but it is the Abbey and what it stands for that will ground us, empower us, and give us strength to encounter any challenge, be that global, be that in our homes, be that a personal challenge. And when you see and hear the story of this Abbey, and as Con said, and as Father Michael said, it's not just walls, it's not just beautiful building. It is everything that it stands for and everything that was fought within these grounds over that 808 years. It is the people whose resilience and whose dedication to the Abbey, who stood up against unbelievable odds and survived and kept going and made it stronger and made the values of this Abbey as relevant and prescient today in 2025 as they were 808 years ago. And it is those values passed from generation to generation, passed from family to family, from abbot to abbot, they're the values that still stand and still are as equally as relevant, and which will now be showcased in this new centre, but also digitally, bringing Ballintubber to a global audience and bringing the values of Ballintubber Abbey to that global audience, values that were never needed as much as they are needed in this world today. And I think we can celebrate the achievement of building the visitor centre and all that it will bring, and it will bring significant visitor numbers. It will bring to the fantastic network that we are building around Mayo of faith-based tourism and faith-based tourism anchors. But let's also reflect and let's also celebrate what it will give to the world, what it will give to people who will make a connection with Ballintubber Abbey without ever being here, without ever being physically present here. But because of the digital investment and because of that commitment, they will have a connection to Ballintubber, and maybe that connection will sustain them through a difficult period in their life without having to be physically here. And that's what we're celebrating today. Celebrating a website, yes. Celebrating a strategy launch, yes. Celebrating with hope the building and everything that will come, and thanking the amazing work that has got us all today, but also looking to a very, very bright future, an international future, a future that doesn't need boundaries or doesn't need borders. So to everybody involved, thank you. The story of the last period, as Colin outlined, in terms of many, many dawns and many, many more challenges and many clouds coming over the dawn, but the resilience kept you going. So to everybody who kept going, thank you. To Father Fahy and to all the priests who are here present, thank you too. I noticed, Alan, you said Father Fahy never found you here, but you didn't deny being in the other places he was looking. To Alan, I know when I took over from Heather Humphreys, she was going through some of her key projects under RRDF, and we came to Ballintubber, and she said, yes, Alan's Abbey. Alan has done enormous work on getting this funding in place, and I just want to acknowledge that here. And inevitably, in a project such as this, there will be more hurdles, there will be more challenges, and we will work collectively together to support you through any of those challenges that may arise. But face those challenges in the knowledge that there is something else guiding this Abbey, and that there is something else guiding its progress, guiding its protection, and guiding its development. There's a bigger force than all of us who are physically here present today. So Cogardigus agus Gormil Mahaga Gagakdina vi Fartok than Terrace Show. Cuivni Gakdina vi Fartok than Terrace Nakwil Lilanish agus Saimi Shrina Ferna. We remember all of those who have been part of the Ballintubber Abbey over many years, who have gone to their eternal rest. We think of them today and we thank them for their work and their commitment. But we resolve that the values that sustained this building, but more importantly, this experience, this place, and the people that sustained its values, we resolve to rededicate ourselves to those values, to that sense of courage, to that sense of endurance, to that sense of hope. And we will once again dare to hope, and hope will endure, not just in Ballintubber, but everywhere else as well. Gurmira Mahagov.
Thank you, Minister O'Leary, and thank you for all of our speakers for their insight, contribution and unwavering support. Today is a celebration not just for Ballintubber Abbey, but for everyone whose value heritage, community and the power of history and inspire the future. The launch of our new website, booking system, strategic plan marks an exciting new chapter for the forthcoming Cultural and Heritage Visitor Centre. This will ensure that Ballintubber Abbey remains the place of pilgrimage, learning and welcome for all. To everyone who has worked tirelessly on this project, your dedication is deeply appreciated. And to all who are here today, we thank Minister Cleary, Minister Dillon, Minister Conway Walsh and Minister Lawless. Also Donna Sheridan, Cathaoirleach, Mayo County Council and Kevin Kelly, CE, and all the team who are working with us from Mayo County Council and the design team architect. We're delighted that you could all join us here today on our next chapter as we move forward to continue the story of Ballintubber Abbey. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day, and may Ballintubber Abbey continue to stand as a testament to resilience, hope, and endure the power of history. Garmila Mahagat.
documentary.